Hello friends, the monsoon is upon us in Mumbai and so are allergies. A lot of children are suffering with colds, coughs and even fevers. All of this is not infection, a lot of it is allergy. Now, allergy is the body's hypersensitive response to allergens, pollutants, irritants, foreign materials in the environment that enter the respiratory passages through the nose and the mouth and initiate a reaction in the body. Now, individuals who are said to be allergic are individuals whose immune system is a little more sensitive than we want it to be. And this is a genetic condition. Let's say it's a hereditary condition. So if parents, one of the parents or both parents or even the grandparents are allergic, then the child is also likely to be allergic to various products or materials in the environment. While allergy can manifest throughout the year, there is also what is called a seasonal allergy. So during particular seasons, now some would suffer during the summers, some would suffer during the monsoon, some would suffer during the winters. During these seasons, what happens is that plants give out pollen. Now pollen are these small instruments of fertilization in plants, and they are produced in the flowers. So with the wind, with the rain, these pollen are thrown off by the plants so that they can go and fertilize other flowers and plants in the vicinity. But these pollens are proteinaceous material, and a lot of children are allergic to the main protein in the pollen or the proteins on the surface. So during particular seasons when different kinds of trees are trying fertilization, different types of pollen are released in the environment, and children who are allergic to these pollens develop respiratory symptoms like a lot of sneezing, runny eyes, cough, hoarseness of voice, and even wheezing. So while some would be allergic to some kind of pollen, others would be allergic to a different kind of pollen. We call this a seasonal allergy or seasonal allergic rhinitis, because rhinitis refers to the nose. So you have more nasal symptoms, that's why it's called rhinitis. In some parts of the world, it's also called as hay fever. So children come in with complaints of red eyes, runny nose, blocked nose, sniveling, coughing, and those who have asthma even start wheezing. So they are unable to sleep at night, they feel tired in the morning, they complain of headache, they may not want to attend school, and some of them even get fever. And a byproduct of allergic rhinitis is sinusitis and infection of the ear, what we call as otitis. So definitely, depending on the degree of response of the body, some would have mild symptoms, some would have moderate symptoms, and some would have severe symptoms. So those who suffer allergic rhinitis, how can we help them? Now the important thing is to kind of keep them away from the allergy producing object, that is the allergen. So it's difficult to really modify the environment. You can't stop the pollen from flowing in the air. What we can do is prevent the exposure of children to the pollen. So during the seasons that children are likely to get allergic rhinitis, you keep them indoors mostly, and if they have to go out to play, then if they suffer severe symptoms, then it's a good idea to put a handkerchief on the nose and mouth, especially when you're driving out in an open car. So if you're in a car, you're driving, it's a good idea to put on the air conditioner and roll up the windows. And during the allergic periods of the year, it's a good idea to keep the windows of the house closed so that the pollen do not enter the home. So if once these children are out to play and they come back home, you should give them a good wash, their hands, the face, the eyes, so that whatever pollen is on their body can be removed, change their clothes, give them a bath if possible. And before putting them to sleep again, give them a little wash or a rub down so the pollen can be removed from the body and they do not have an allergic reaction. Of course, those who develop severe symptoms will require medication, so you should visit your pediatrician and maybe get a nasal spray for the nasal symptoms, and if a child is asthmatic, is having a wheeze, then maybe he needs to take an inhaler puff to relieve his symptoms. And there are some medications that can be given over a long period of time, maybe 6 months, a year, or during this period when the children suffer allergic rhinitis, and these will reduce the body's reaction to the allergen. So these could be prescribed by a doctor. So while we cannot modify our environment too much, we can modify our own situation and prevent exposure to allergens in the environment. And I think that's a policy that all of us need to adopt to help these children who have seasonal allergy or allergic rhinitis. Thank you very much.